Hi guys, welcome to Pivotal Traders. So today we'll be talking about how I manage my trade. So you can see this is my Telegram channel and सुबह हमने देखा कि मेरा अकाउंट -12,723 में था. Then eventually, if you have seen on the channel, I pulled it down towards 1,000 negative and somehow was able to break even at around 3,000 rupees. So, and by the time the market closed, I was able to net at around 10,046 rupees profit. So there were many psychology behind this trade, and there are so many learning behind these. So I will be sharing you all those. So stay tuned till the end of the video and watch it fully. So in the chart, we have multi-strike open interests for different strike prices. So in this, I was trying to make some sense out of the price movement and also on the movement of the open interest. So you can see from the morning, kind of the black line denotes the price, which was kind of very much volatile since the morning. But the orange line kept on increasing. This orange line is denoting 35,800 CE. Okay, so this was happening throughout the day, and if we extend this graph towards the later day, we can see that the orange line kept on increasing, and the deviation, the difference was increasing as time passes by. And so my logic for shorting 35,800 came precisely from this aspect, that market would be looking to close below this level. Okay, and market exactly closed at around 35,800, so which means that our option selling technique of shorting 35,800 CE was very much successful. And this was the case throughout the day. The orange line, which is denoting 35,800 CE, kept on increasing. Okay, so now let's move on to the price action and see what was happening on the price front and study the price action analysis. So the first thing first, what was our performance of the published idea? Because in the morning we make a claim, okay? And on that claim we trade throughout the day. So what was our claim and what was the maturity of that claim? So let's play it out and check. So you can see that the market did open gap down, but it closed within the range which we defined. So this is also a very good expiry for us in terms of uh, that the market closed within the range, but the expiry was kind of confusing because of the huge gap down which was not expected and it came out of nowhere. So let's study the price action now. So as the price opened in the morning, it was huge gap down. Okay, so there was anticipation that why this gap down, and last 2 days were so much bullish that by the time the day was about to end, it was always staying to be bullish. So what was the so different scenario that today there was a huge gap down, and how many people would have been perplexed, and they might be confused, and in that order they might be going for a panic selling. So what we did is we tried to analyze the price action in the morning. Okay, and we were analyzing the data also. So this was happening. If we see that the price did open gap down and it made a bullish candle on the 5 minutes front, and then it tried to jump the lower black line, which we anticipated that would be the lower range for the expiry. So it tried to take some resistance at that point. Okay, so here many people might have felt that the bank nifty would be continuing to short down. So we can see that it did made an attempt to go down, but was weaker in a sense, and something bigger was at play, because 35,800 CE was continuously being shorted by the big players, but still the bank nifty was not able to go down. It was not able to go down precisely because of the fact that already so much of a downfall has already come, and thus some gap filling would take place before a final fall on the lower side, before a final fall on the lower side would happen. So we can see that the bank nifty did, you know, broke the initial balance and did broke the black line, and then continued to take upside trajectory, and it continued to take support at this trend line. Okay, and I was just waiting for this trend line to break. Okay, so you can see here the trend line was broken at this point. Now, before this, we need to understand what was my trade going on and what was my logic behind all these trades. I want you guys to focus on the chart which is on the left side, which is denoting 35,800 CE. Alright, so in this chart, you can see that the red line, which is denoting the open interest, kept on increasing. Okay, as the time passes by, the call writing in 35,800 CE kept on increasing, and this was happening when the option price was increasing. You can see here the black line was increasing, and continuously option writers were writing this strike price at each higher and higher price. It goes to 300, they were writing more. When it went to 400, they were writing even more. So this was done by big players. On the other end, if you see on the right side, the price of the 35,800 PE kept on falling, and even if it was falling, the option writer were not interested to write more of the puts. Okay, even whatever is the scenario, they were not interested to write more of the puts. They were only interested in writing the calls. You can see the trajectory over here and the stagnant nature over here. Okay, these two were the most contrasting factor which was convincing me to keep my trade open for 35,800 CE. So now at around 120, the bank nifty broke the trend line which was supported, and the price was bouncing like a ball from this point, was ultimately negated at around 120, and its negation came surprisingly so well that first it broke out. Okay, then it went again to kiss it to check the resistance level is genuine or not, and then it made an inside candle. So we'll just check the inside candle. Let's play it further. So if we shift to the 15 minutes candle and check what was happening. So on the 15 minutes candle, you can see that an inside bar did take place here, and following candle was negative. So this confirmed the nature that 35,800 would not be far away from this level, because there were so many option writers writing the 35,800 no matter what the option prices were. And on the other hand, the price action was also supporting me that there is a formation of inside bar and it is bearish in nature, and it is having all the characteristic to be a genuine one. And that's what it happened. It broke down, then it again came back on the upside and tried to confuse the option buyers. Some confusion was made over here, and then a trend continuation towards downside. And look at the beauty of the closing, 35,834. So this was the price, this was the exactly point where option writer wanted the market to close, and that's what happened. Whenever big players want something to happen, they will make it happen. They can make it happen even at the last minute of the market. So this was the learning behind it. And if I will show you my list of trades, you can check here, and this is my trade book. So the kind of adjustment I did is that whenever the price was moving on the upside, I was buying more of a calls to maintain the level of speed which was happening in the bank nifty, and to make my positions not much fluctuating in nature, I did buying of the calls on the upside to hedge my positions. So what happened in my position, if you can see here, I have booked a profit of around 25,822. Okay, and my 35,800 was giving so much of the loss that, even if I was buying the call option on the upper side, it was not helping me out. So what I did is, since 35,700 PE was coming around 60 rupees and I was getting decent profit, I immediately booked that and I tried to shift my puts on the upper side. Okay, I did that, and I also hedged my position on the call side. I bought more of the calls, okay, to lessen the fluctuation in my positions. Even then my position was in negative of around 15,000. And then whenever I got the opportunity to sell 35,800, okay, my loss in 35,800 was around 35,000 something. Okay, whenever I got the opportunity to sell 35,800, so I will sell it, and then I will keep a stop loss of 30 rupees, 40 rupees, and then I will trail my profits. Okay, so whenever I did 100 points, I will book my profit, then I will wait for it to jump up, then I will again sell 35,800. So like this I managed my trade and managed it to come out in the positive territory of 10,046 rupees. So I hope you all learned from this video, and there are many takeaways for you guys. So if you like the video, comment, share and subscribe. Thank you.